Is money the root of all evil?
You're not going to tell me? She's going to leave me hanging. How am I supposed to know?
Okay, guys. So that phrase actually came from a verse. The verse says, the love of money is the root of all evil. Somehow, the world changed the verse to say money is the root of all evil.
That is a little different.
Yes, very different, right? We do agree that the love of money is the root of a lot of
Problems. Yeah.
problems. But money itself is not evil. Money is actually neutral. It's just like a tool. Just like a knife is a tool, you can use a knife to cook nutritious meals for you and your family. You could also use a knife to kill someone, right? But it's someone's choice, right? It's just a tool. It's not the knife's fault. The knife wasn't inherently evil. It's whoever wielded the knife.
Right, and this comes in a lot of different aspects of life, but money is very poignant. Money, we like to say that money is a magnifier of things, right? So it magnifies whatever is in you, just like a knife magnifies the wielder's ability, right? So a chef with a really nice knife will cook a very nice meal. A layman with a nice knife has a better shot at it, but it doesn't make me a chef, and it doesn't make me good at anything. It makes me a little better at something. It gives me a little more leverage, but it is not going to be the cause of something. So if you give money to someone who is inherently evil, yes, they will be a lot more evil because they are able to do a lot more evil things now. If you give money to someone who is inherently good, they will be able to do a lot more good.
And one of the reasons we talk about this is because on your journey to financial freedom, most people, myself included, once we accumulate money, we kind of feel weird and we start doing weird things. For me, like my experience was when I got more money, like more money than I had when I was growing up, right? We got nice. I was a speech pathologist, Chris was a software developer. We both made good money, right? And in the beginning, I was like, what am I doing, right? Do I have to like spend all this money or do I just give it all away? Like, what am I going to do? And I just didn't know what to do with money. And I think it stems from this thing that got baked into our head that money is the root of all evil. So therefore, if I have money, if I see money in my bank account, I'm going to turn evil.
So I got to get rid of it quick. Yeah. Or another thing is like you start to feel, sometimes you feel kind of like ashamed of having money. You don't talk about it anymore. When I think talking about money is one of the best things you can do because it helps other people understand how money works and helps them actually uplift to the standard that you're at now. But there's like it's like a social stigma almost where we're not supposed to talk about money because it's taboo and you might have more than them and you might make them feel bad, like, or you're somehow, some people think that the only way you get money is by taking it from someone else or at someone else's expense, and that's honestly not how money works.
Unless you're stealing.
Yes, there is a case where that is exactly true.
Unless you are actually stealing, that is not how money works, right? The way money works is people create something that other people want, and then other people want the something, and they trade their money for the something, right?
It's a value exchange.
Right, it's an exchange of value. Think about your iPhone. You wanted that iPhone, right? You happily gave someone $1,000 or more for your phone, and whoever sold the phone to you got $1,000, right? It's not, you didn't say, oh, they stole my $1,000. No, you exchanged your $1,000 for the phone.
Right. If they stole your $1,000, you stole their phone. Like that's right. The same, right? So yeah, the money is not evil. The money does not create evil. The money is not a gateway to evil. It just magnifies what's already in you.
Yeah, but we do have to watch ourselves so that we don't drift into that other phrase that people use. Money is not the root of all evil, but the love of money is close to the root of all evil. Because if you think about someone who does steal, right? They loved money more than they loved being a person who does not steal.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
They loved money more than their integrity.
Yes.
Yeah.
They loved money more than them not wanting to hurt someone else. Mm-hmm. That's what you want to watch for. You don't want to start putting money above everything else you value, right? So for example, work, right? I love working. I love starting businesses. There are some times when I work too much and I put work above spending time with my husband, right? I'm sorry, right? But usually we talk a lot. We have these things called family meetings. There's another video about that. We talk a lot, and usually he tells me that, maybe I'm spending too much time at work.
I'm a little more tactful than that because I like sleeping in my bed. So I usually try to guide her away from this by asking interesting questions like, what is the money for? What is the work for? Why are we doing this? What do you want to do with your life? There's other ways to get to that isn't so direct.
Anyway, the point.
Pro tip.
The point is, like, when you see that you're going down the wrong path, is when you start putting all the things you value below money, right? And usually we get money by trading time. This is a channel about financial freedom. Spoiler alert, you can actually get money without trading your time if you buy assets that make you income without your time invested. Right? But in the beginning, you have to trade your time for money, and then that money you invest. But so in the beginning, you do have to trade your time for money. But remember, you said that the reason you're trading your time for money right now is so that you can take care of your loved ones. You can spend time with them, and you can do all of XYZ for them. That's usually what we say. But sometimes that's not what we do. So we have to check ourselves. I'm so guilty of this. I have to check myself consistently and remind myself that this is the reason I said I was working for money. It's so I could spend time with my loved ones. And when I start putting the work above my loved ones and start saying, no, I don't want to go to this beautiful mountain with you because I need to XYZ work for money, right? Like, that's when you kind of have to like recheck and see, are you now loving money? And that might lead to a lot of not so good things.
And then so something kind of tactical here is those family meetings help reset us and make sure that we're on the same page. And what we're doing for money, are we there yet, right? It lets us check the goalpost. This is what we said we were working for, and this is why we said, and this is the amount of money we said would be enough. Are we there? And it helps at least take the focus off of money for a second and puts the focus back on everything else in your world, which helps prevent that doing things just for money thing.
Yeah. So we're all about delayed gratification, right? Like, we obviously are one of the biggest proponents of that because that's how we have financial freedom. You have to make money and not spend it and put it into an asset that makes money for you. It's going to make a smaller money than the money you put in
the beginning.
But later, in a few years, you can pay for all of this without having to work. So we love delayed gratification. But you don't want to delay everything. There's going to be times in your life where it's no money later can actually buy that thing anymore. Ask yourself, will I regret not spending this money on whatever that is?
Really? Yes. Will I really regret that? But that actually brings up another quote that I heard. I can't remember who said it. Sorry, whoever quoted this. You have a really great quote. But it says the poor people spend all their time trying to make a little more money. And once you become financially free, the wealthy spend all their money trying to buy a little more time. There are certain things that you can't buy back. There's certain time that you can't buy back. And if you would regret losing that time, there's almost no amount of money that's worth it, right? People talk about this for their kids, like missing your kid's first steps. There may not be enough money for that. Like, it'll vary from person to person, but like things like that, spend time with your loved ones because there's certain time you can't buy back.
Now let's talk a little bit about debt, right? Because debt is really just more money. You're actually using the bank's money to magnify your money. And so a lot of people are like, that is bad and all that. It's actually the same, right? Money is not bad. Debt is not bad. It's also just a tool. You need to learn how to properly use debt. We have other videos to talk about how you do that. But just understand, if you are beginning, don't use debt. If you're just starting out in your investing journey, don't use debt yet.
So I think, again, to your point, money is not evil, debt is not evil, debt is not bad. It's a tool, and in the beginning, we teach people shortcuts to keep them safe, right? We tell our kids, don't touch the knife because you'll hurt yourself. But if your kid's going to be a functioning member of society, able to support themselves, eventually they're going to have to make a meal, and they're probably going to need to use a knife, right? It's hard to teach the kid when, right? Because they're immature in that aspect of life. The same thing can be true in finances, right? You can be immature in your financial knowledge. And that's not a bad thing. It just means you have some growth to do. So the shortcut that everybody tells you is debt is bad. Some people even go as far as to say debt is evil. To try and keep you safe because they can't spend the time to teach you the nuance yet.
Yeah, they can't spend the time to teach you exactly how to use that.
Right. This debt is bad, this debt is good. Where's the differentiation, right? It takes a lot of work and effort to get you to that point. And right now they're just trying to keep you safe, right? This is a shortcut to safety. But once you start reaching financial freedom, once you start walking down this path, you will need to learn the nuance of all these things at some point. Just like money is not evil and there's a nuance, debt is not evil and there's a nuance. And you have to learn that at some point.
All right, guys. Well, hopefully that shed some light into the phrase, money is the root of all evil. It is a fallacy, right? Now, the love of money is the root of all evil.
Maybe closer.
Has a lot of truth behind it. So hopefully you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. Watch our other tactical videos about how to invest, how to analyze deals, how to be better at using money, how to use debt wisely. All of those videos are on our channel. We created this channel so you can be financially free as well. So we'll see you at the next video.